The Fall of Life, How to Find Your Passion as You Age. Prologue, Time to Gather Stones. When the hustle and bustle of everyday life is gone, when the kids are grown, and the morning no longer begins with the alarm clock ringing, there comes a time that sages have called the golden autumn of life. It's a time when you can finally stop, look back, and be startled by the sudden silence. But what if I told you that this very silence is actually a space for a new beginning? That beyond the threshold of retirement age, you will not fade but flourish. You just need to find your own special key to the door called hobby. Chapter 1, Colors of the Soul. Imagine it's early morning. The city is slowly waking up outside your window, and in your hands you have a brush that is about to touch the snow-white canvas. You are not an artist. You have never been one. But does it matter now, when you have a whole universe of possibilities in front of you? Creativity in adulthood is not about masterpieces from museums. It's about dancing shadows of watercolors on wet paper, about warm wool in your fingers turning into a pattern, about lines lining up in an honest confession of the years you've lived. But I don't know how, you'll say. Does a child know how to walk when he takes his first step? Creativity is a return to a childhood where the word impossible didn't exist. Chapter 2, A Feast for the Mind. Your brain is an amazing tool. Like a good old grand piano, it's ready to sound for years to come. All you have to do is tune the strings regularly. Imagine how unfamiliar words of a new language suddenly form into understandable phrases, how chess pieces begin to talk to you, how the pages of books become portals to other worlds. Scientists have proven neural connections are formed at any age. Every book you read, every problem you solve is a new path in the garden of your consciousness, along which your thoughts will wander for a long time. Chapter 3, The Dance of Life. The body changes over the years. It is a law of nature, but it still craves movement. It just needs a special rhythm now. This is the magic. The Nordic walking stick turns into a wanderer's staff. The water in the pool embraces you like an old friend. The gentle movements of Qigong are like dancing with your own shadow. You don't fight age, you learn to dance with it. And in this dance, there are no losers. Chapter 4, Circles in the Water. Man is a social creature. Even the most withdrawn introvert needs others. And how surprising it is that you can find them in a volunteer canteen, where friendship is born over a common cause, on the dance floor, where the sounds of the waltz erase the boundaries between generations, in a literary club where your thoughts suddenly resonate. These social circles are like pebbles thrown into water. They create ripples that spread farther than you can imagine. Chapter 5, Digital Pathways. The world has changed. But is that an excuse to stay on the sidelines? Your fingers can capture moments through the lens of a smartphone, scribble letters to grandchildren in messengers, and travel through virtual museums without getting out of your chair. This is not a betrayal of tradition. It is a new bridge between generations. Epilogue. The garden that is always with you. Choose your hobby like a gardener chooses a plant, not only with your mind, but also with your heart. Let it be a delicate primrose to start, or a perennial shrub that will survive the winter, or maybe a bold experiment with an exotic species. Water it with attention, protect it from pests like laziness and doubt. And one day your garden will bloom so lushly that passers-by will stop to admire. After all, fall is not a time for fading. It's a time of the juiciest colors, the sweetest fruits, a time when every leaf becomes a work of art. All you have to do is look up and see.